2026 Supra Final Edition. This is my last ride in it. And this might be, there's one right over here. This might be my last ride in a Supra ever. I'm not saying ever, but the Supra's dead. I'm in a dead car, and there's just a bunch of red Supras all trying to get to the same spot. All right, I counted five red Supras all leaving Sonoma Raceway at the same time. Yes, I took the Supra on the raceway today, and yeah, it's great. I mean, more power than I can handle on Sonoma, to be honest. I want to talk about the improvements Toyota has made with GAZOO Racing GR, in just a really short amount of time. Let's rip. Oh, baby. So smooth. So I'm going to miss an inline six. Anyways, yeah, let's start with the GR86. You know, I drove the GAZOO on track today. It's a cute car. It felt like a toy because I had just driven the Supra, the GR Corolla. I was in the GR Corolla Development Cup car with Weston Workman. I believe that's his name, Weston. Sorry, my brain's fried at this point. So if you're watching, thank you for the ride along. You're an incredible driver. I'm like going 30 over and like there's Supras on my ass. So what do you expect, right? They just want to drive hard. The GR86, what's very, very interesting here is that the GR86 and the Supra, yes, they've gotten improvements since they came out, especially the Supra. It kept getting improved, right? Got the horsepower improvement a couple years in, and like this final edition has extra bracing, extra aerodynamic pieces, extra flaps here and there, bigger brakes. Like, yes, and this actually has a higher horsepower tune. By the way, I need to like crank the AC in here, it's hot. So like the Supra went out with a bang, but like the whole focus today was the lead engineer for GAZOO Racing talking about the improvements. Oh shoot. The improvements in the GR Corolla. Very little was mentioned about the GR86. Very little was mentioned about the Supra. And well, the Supra's done. What else is there to talk about? But the GR Corolla was just, I drove 3 different model years of it. Okay, I drove a 23, which was the first model year. It was not very. I would just call it a little sloppy on track. Then I drove the 24 and I'm like, holy cow, like the steering inputs were super sharp and the brakes and everything just felt a little bit tighter, okay? And then I got in the 25 GR Corolla. Sorry, I keep calling it a 25. It's a 26. Okay, I was in a 23, then 24, then 26 on track at Sonoma today. And the 26 it doesn't feel like the same car at all. You have so much more grip because they revised the springs. They also added aerodynamic pieces. They put in like a whole bunch of additional adhesive, structural adhesive. They also put in like this aluminum tape to reduce static from building up, and that affects aerodynamics. Like, they made all these seemingly small changes, like putting in bigger bolts, and the car does not feel like the same car at all. It feels completely planted, and it was unbelievable. Just like, yes, it was a very big improvement from 23 to 24, but 24 to 26 was like, how did they do this with seemingly such small upgrades? Well, Toyota races the heck out of the GR Corolla and the Super Taikyu series, so they learn a lot of what needs to be improved. And like, here's the thing, it is their baby, as well as the GR Yaris, all right? That's their in-house, in-factory, from the GAZOO factory in Motomachi. That is their baby. This is not their baby. It's a part, right? This is co-developed with BMW, but it's not, it's like a stepchild. The GR86 is a stepchild, right? It's built by Subaru, all right? And those cars, yes, they're incredible. They're absolutely incredible for what they are, all right? But the amount of massive gains that was made with the GR Corolla, it makes it obviously their favorite kid, at least on the cars we get stateside. I'm sure the GR Yaris is incredible, all right? But like, the amount of improvement to make it feel like a completely different car from 23 to 24, especially to 26, tells me that GAZOO Racing is they're in an amazing position, okay? While the whole world is kind of like pumping the brakes on electric vehicles, besides China, even their market's like, it's questionable right now. Anyways, I'm not going that far, but like all the European manufacturers saying, hey, we can't do fully electric anymore, or at least not by the time the government's telling you to. California, it's not going to happen here fully electric, okay? So you have Toyota here doing the best they can to make the most excellent cars, most fun to drive cars out of their own in-house skunk works, I guess you could say, from the GR factory. And the GR Corolla and the GR Yaris are nothing short of incredible. I haven't driven a GR Yaris, it's not available in our market. But what's even more mind-blowing about the 26 GR Corolla is I went off-road and I had such a fun blast learning the Scandinavian flick, drifting that thing in a gravel parking lot where people typically park for the races at Sonoma, so that was amazing. But I got in, and I'll play some B-roll with Ryan. I already forget I'm terrible, my brain is fried this time of day because of how much I've been driving. But Ryan, he's a Formula Drift driver, and he just absolutely destroyed this off-road track outside of Sonoma Raceway that I took to it myself, okay? And I thought I did okay. I had a lot of fun. I was going way faster than I thought I could. I've never done any sort of rally racing before, and the GR Corolla just did it, the 26 model. And I was in the automatic, that made it a lot easier. I didn't have to think as much. But I got in with Ryan, and of course he's in the manual, just flogging the thing. Going like 85 miles an hour over like blind crests into a perfect drift. It was absolutely mind-blowing what he's capable of, but it also was a testament to just how impressive the GR Corolla is, from being just an absolute grip monster now on the track to a rally car from the factory. It can do both. It's just mind-blowing how versatile the GR Corolla is. Yes, you can have your complaints about the GR Corolla. Oh, I don't want a 3-cylinder. Oh, like the interior. Like, you know how much I thought about the interior today with the GR Corolla? This much, all right? The seats are really nice in it. They're more comfortable than these Supra seats, by the way, than GR Corolla. But I wasn't thinking about the dash or the touchscreens or this or that, or the quality of, the stitching or anything. No. I was just focusing on the capabilities of the car. Now, maybe it's a little bit different if you own the car and you don't take it to the track. Those things might be more important to you. But the car itself is... Oh, do I have an opportunity to pass? No, this is double lines everywhere. The car itself is far more capable in stock form now than I would ever be able to push it. Yes, you can do straight lines. Anyone can go fast in a straight line. But the car's capability and how balanced it feels on track and how confidence inspiring that the GR4 all-wheel drive system is off-road as well, it's just amazing. So we have this turning point for GAZOO Racing. Supra's being retired. All the rumors are saying that the GR86, there's a new one in the works, and Subaru is not going to be building it anymore, and it's not going to have a boxer engine. And the GR Corolla just keeps getting better and better and better and better, okay? So what's next? Well, this is where it gets exciting, all right? We have the Celica in the works. The Celica is 100% coming back, more than likely as a mid-engine vehicle. Now, here's the thing. Could they just name it an MR2? Yes, they could name it MR2. Could Celica Supra come back as a Mark 6 Supra? And the answer is, yeah, it could. All right. So we're hearing all sorts of things out of Japan. But it's reassuring to know that what we are hearing is that Toyota is going harder with performance cars in-house, okay? They're not going to be teaming up with BMW for the next flagship Supra. They're not going to be teaming up, well, I'm not going to say entirely teaming up with Subaru, but Subaru's not going to be building the next GR86, I can guarantee it. So it's just it's crazy. Toyota moves seemingly pretty slow, right? But this GR project, that's like, obviously the mastermind behind it is Akio Toyoda himself, chairman and former CEO and grandson of the founder of Toyota. Like, this is he's about 70 years old now, and his mission is to build fun cars to drive. And Toyota, there's no way they're making money on these cars, all right? I would assume, unless they're making money on racing or something, which is possible. But it's like, here they are going balls to the wall with performance cars, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. But like the 2000s to 2010 Toyota was gutless, all right? Especially once you had, like, you know, the unintended acceleration stuff. But now you have elite performance cars coming out of Toyota. It's just mind-blowing what they've been able to do in such a short amount of time, to make ever better cars, right? It's that Kaizen mentality to keep making small improvements. And like, all those small improvements added up for the 26 GR Corolla to feel like a completely different animal compared to the 23. And you wouldn't know that unless you push it somewhat to its limits on a track or some good canyon driving, all right? So I am stuck. We are just stuck in traffic, all right? And that's where most people, unfortunately, might be driving their GR vehicles, is in traffic. And, you know, I'm happy to be in an automatic right now because I'm tired. I don't want to think about shifting gears. And, you know, the GR Corolla has an automatic too, all right, for just a little bit easier daily driving or whatever. And we also know they have a flagship coming, more than likely in the form of the Lexus LFR twin turbo V8. Sleepy, conservative, boring Toyota is leading the world right now in internal combustion, fun to drive sports cars. Can you make the argument that they're not? Is Porsche pushing the envelope as hard as Toyota at pure combustion? I don't think so, right? They just killed, you know, the Cayman and the Boxster gas models. Like, that is sacrilege. Anyways, it's just been an eye-opening experience today, driving Toyota's ever better GAZOO Racing products. Does this sound like an ad for Toyota? Probably. I promise you I'm not sponsored by Toyota. Watch my my Corolla video with the CVT like a month ago. Like, I'm not sponsored by Toyota. I'll crap on them when I need to. You know, Subaru used to push the envelope a little bit with WRX and STI. That's a laughing matter at this point. Okay, the BRZ for Subaru only exists because of Toyota's influence, right? You look at Mitsubishi, nothing that moves the needle there. Nissan still has the Z, but the GTR is gone. All right, the only manufacturer maybe at this point that's evolving and pushing the needle, it would be N from Hyundai's N division, and maybe the Genesis division, but that's more fully electric, the Magma stuff. But yeah, the N division is, and that's why Toyota, was it last year? Akio Toyoda took some GR products to South Korea, and they had an expo, and they teamed up with N. Like, Akio Toyoda's vision right now, obviously, he's got to steer the brand into profitability, but his passion is racing and fun cars, and that's what his highest priority seemingly is right now, and I'm okay with that. Let these cars continue to come from Toyota, as long as, and it doesn't even, like, as long as Akio Toyota is there, it doesn't matter if anyone's buying them. They're going to keep making them because that's what he wants and that's what he's passionate about, and it shows. I mean, these cars are just absolutely insane. Like I said, it feels like we're living in a dream. Toyota having multiple fun to drive, rear wheel drive, hot hatch, like inline six, like, you know, from cheap end all the way up to really expensive. Not really expensive, but the new flagship coming out from Lexus is going to be a top GR product, right? A Halo. Like, they are just killing it right now. And maybe, like I said, only the Koreans are also pushing the envelope that hard as well. So it's a good time to be alive for enthusiasts. And who would have thought it's coming from Toyota and Hyundai? Like, right? Isn't it insane? The world is a funny place. I thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned. for more stuff. You know, I got to drive the new RAV4 later this year. Next month, I'm driving the new RAV4, the redesign. And, you know, the RAV4 prints the money so that vehicles like the Supra and the GR Corolla and the GR86 can exist. So thank you guys for watching. Be safe out there. Hopefully you don't get stuck in traffic.